Well, she fell. Just happened. No wind. A little bit of snow. Ripped tarp, so could have been too much weight on the top. It was at 1 inch of snow, maybe 2. I've been doing step by step the longevity of this thing. This thing is 11 and a half months old. And yeah, well, it is shot. Yep. Oh boy. Doesn't weigh that much, so if it falls on me, then so be it. Yep, that frame is shot. That frame is shot. That frame is all of it. Do not buy one of these 10 by 20 foot carports. They talk about reinforcement. Like I said, there's literally no wind happening. Watch the previous videos to see how this thing was unraveling over time. It literally came with no directions. It was like 400 something bucks. It's because it's the new updated version that comes with these. Before they didn't come with these. And as you see, I have a ratchet strap going from here down, and there's one here, and I have some twine, as stated before in the other videos, because this thing wanted to take off like Mary Poppins, even though it was anchored in the ground by multiple points on each one of these. It took longer to anchor this into the ground than it did to assemble the whole thing. Yeah. That's powder snow. That's not heavy. You can see a little bit of wind. All right, that's just a very little bit of wind. That's nothing. Stuff can get wet in here. That's not too big of a deal. Just some push mowers and some weed whackers and my wheel horse I had covered up. And then I had it covered up with this stupid thing. I better cover the carburetor up on that. And I have some nice oak board. That there's firewood. I put the tires in here to hide them. Don't want them laying out in the yard. Yeah, it's not extremely expensive stuff in here. So for the most part, everything can get wet, but that's not the point. You paid $400 for this piece of shit. I live in Pennsylvania. It's not like I live in Kansas where it's windy like all the time and tornadoes. This thing made my anxiety go up so high every time I'd win, because this thing would just shake. And if this thing goes into like a neighbor's house, and I'm paying out of pocket for that, and it's not like it's $400. I mean, you talk siding damage, it could be thousands upon thousands of dollars. That's why I anchored it down in multiple points. I literally anchored it to the wheel horse in case it started to take flight. Trying to pick that wheel horse up that takes a feat. Takes a feat in itself. Yep, yes. Nothing really holding it up besides the bent structure. One buddy was saying, "Oh, it's, here, this has been ripped." All right, this happened the last windstorm. It started out as like a couple feet of a rip, and then just decided to open up. It only took a couple weeks after, just a little bit of a rip, but you can see it's just not. You just ran along this and just beat the hell out of it. That's ripped off. Dropping snow on myself. I'm probably just gonna come out here and gather stuff up, put everything to the side, and go buy a normal tarp and just tarp it for the winter and just cut this thing up because it's useless now. Here's this side. Yeah, my wife was in the kitchen doing something, and she was looking out here because the dogs were out here, and she let them in, and this wasn't like it. This just happened. Like I said, this is powder snow. I could literally wipe. Yeah, see? There's really no weight into it. I mean, it holds weight, but not enough to knock this thing over. See, I don't know if you need any more convincing how cheap this is. This is stuff they don't show you. Look how thin that metal is. And a warm day, I could take that and squeeze out with my little hands, my little fingers. Look at that. That's how thick the tubing is all the way. Maybe I could cut it up and use it for Volkswagen exhaust. I don't have a Volkswagen, but yeah, some people do. That's just firewood there. That come from some stuff. But yeah, 10 by 20. 10 by 20. I don't know. I've seen them for $200. I don't know if they're the same exact thing. This had to, of course, the zips. Be able to zip it and tack it. It just had a lot of cool features. And now it has a skylight, and it's a lowrider. What do I do? What do I do? And this is like a small makeshift garden here. It's raised up above, and I put a lot of good nutrients in there. Help the plants grow a lot better. But yeah, she's not salvageable. That's tweaked. Look at that. So my plan was, since I knew that tarp was ripped, it was going to cost me probably another $500 just in siding. I was going to take the other 4 posts on the other side and disconnect these linkages. So I'd literally have 8 posts on this side. Then I was going to connect it directly to the garage. And then I would have a nice strong structure on that side. And with 8 of these posts, I figured it would have been strong enough that it wouldn't do anything. I'd put metal siding on it and concrete so it wouldn't go anywhere. I don't want to put concrete in because this is a portable, and with the laws and stuff like that, if I was forced to move it or a bad storm happened and, things happen, I could easily pull this thing and just move it somewhere.